Extra time, but there's still 5 minutes to play here, Mark. And by all means, there could be more chances. Still in the box, and it's another goal! And it's Andre Cole, the hero for Croydon! We thought it was over, but it's not over, and Croydon look like they're going to go all the way to the win.
We can't say that now.
Here goes Yuka Sasaki into the area. Penagaris, Chrissy Penagaris. Adelaide Comets have taken the lead.
Falcon there, but it leaves Owen Windsor. And a third for Metro Stars.
Here's Emma Ryan. She's not one of them because she's from Darwin. The shot from DeCola. Oh! Lily DeCola scores in the cup final again and wins it for West Adelaide.
As the ball cuts back here to Odenwalder. And James Odenwalder scores. He makes it 2-0 for West Adelaide on the day.
I bet he was going to be Travella if he puts one in. He goes himself instead. And it's still Soy Sakani. It's unbelievable, David, as well. And that one is definitely going to be credited to him.
Will have to be chased down by Rapawano. He'll put in a cross of his own. Hobbs wasn't able to capture it. It's in! It's not the one that seals that Atletico promotion.
I got the skills to make the girls sing, and the geezers too. Yeah, we're doing this thing.
Hello, welcome to One Game at a Time for Tuesday, the 16th of June. I'm Seb O'Neill, and as always, with my co-host, and my question for this week is an actual footballing question, somewhat. Mark Talbot, I'm going to start with you. Your favourite result of the World Cup so far, other than the obvious Australia?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the obvious New Zealand result. No, favourite result so far. I'm going to go with the Morocco one. The Morocco draw, 1-1, because a lot of in the tipping comp, a lot of people didn't pick a draw, and I was one of very few that picked a draw. So it gave me a good head start in the tipping comp, but it hasn't helped me in the long term because I'm now about 5th.
Yeah, I did check it. We'll have a read of it later. I think David will be able to take us through that later on in the show. But I will go to David next. Other than, I guess, your two obvious picks for favourite result, what was your favourite result so far of the World Cup? Scotland and Australia, obviously.
Right, okay. I wasn't sure. Right, okay. Well, I wasn't going to pick them, actually. I like an underdog story, so I'm going to go for a game I haven't actually watched yet. So hopefully we can get this podcast done quickly and I can get down and watch some football. Cape Verde drawing with Spain this morning.
Yes. Big nil. Yeah, big nil there. And once again, as a guest co-host, Nicole Blackett, your favourite result from the World Cup so far?
Probably the Netherlands-Japan 2-2 because I love Nini Yamada, so that's all.
A very good game it was as well. Yes, it's the four of us. Alessio is still away over in the Americas, or in Canada to be specific, and we're going to start with his pick because he sent us in a video, and it will probably what's the word? It'll put us along for the rest of our picks, or at least for mine. So we'll start off with Alessio and his video, not live from Canada because I think it's about 4 a.m. over there.
How are we? Not in a car park this time. Better surrounds on this time of asking. We've got a nice view here. Our apartment in Calgary, very green. But hope you're doing well back home. Obviously, everyone's probably celebrating their wins, including David this time. Mark's still got a way to go to see if they can make it 3 from 3 against Croatia. But yeah, I guess I've sent through a lot of the videos and pictures from my experience there. I've got to say, probably the best game I've ever been to in my life. Probably the best one it will be for a while. Unbelievable. It was also crazy to catch up with the guys just before the game as well, on the game of the day too. See how humble everyone was and how chill everybody was before the game too. Everyone there eating their families and stuff. But yeah, I guess my importance now is just to do my pick of the weeks. Still got that going on. Hopefully the podcast is going well as well. And I know Nicole did well last week. I'm sure this week will be just as good. And then obviously the Cup tomorrow night will be fantastic as well. Obviously my picks of the week, I'm actually going to rehash some which I forgot to send last week, as I didn't get them to send all the way through before the show happened. So fortunately enough, they continued to this week. And those both are the rise of Luke Fusco and Ali Akil in the State League 1. Obviously, last week they had the same stats, and then over the weekend, Luke Fusco hat-trick and Ali Akil, 6th game in a row, scored. But yeah, they're the 2 highlights I wanted to highlight for my pick of the week. Of course, Luke Fusco, ex-teammate of myself and Mark's. And yeah, he's gone from strength to strength. I mean, 14 goals in all competitions. I think he's a top scorer of State League 1 at the moment. And he moved mid-season in 2024 from Gawler Eagles of State League 2 to go to Fulham. And in 2025, 1 senior start, played a lot of reserve football. Even the start of this year, first 4 games were on the bench. And then since then, started every single game, scored 14 goals in the last 9, and they're top of the league. So I'm just, really proud to see him achieve what he has so far, and it goes to show you can come from anywhere and get to the top as well. The other one, of course, Ali Akil, one I know a little bit less about, but just looking at his stats and going on his history, it seems like he's so accomplished for only 19 years old. Swedish background, which is a bit interesting. 9 goals in all competitions now. Started every single game this season since moving across from Ghana in 2025. Of course, he played half the season with the reserves and half with the first team, and ended up winning the Reserves League and Championship Best Player of the Year in only 8 games for the reserves. That's including the final as well. But interestingly enough, I found out he made his NPL first team debut for Para Hills in 2024, where he would have been 16, 17, something like that, where he moved halfway through the season from Croatia Raiders, where he was playing 18s in reserve. So obviously he's accomplished so much at such a young age, and to see him score in last 6 games in a row, each of those as well, not across that time, it's crazy. And even he's kind of pushing Olympic to higher spots on the table as well. We probably didn't predict him that high. And in a team that's got players such as Pudler, and you got players like De Silva, obviously a lot of other big players, Mitras as well. He's the one that's every week on the score sheet doing the business. So just wanted to shout out those 2. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of pictures and videos that are going across the screen probably before or after I talk now, which is they just talk for themselves. I mean, it was probably the best occasion I've ever been part of, and knowing a few friends there, knowing a few friends in the team, knowing I've never been a part of such an atmosphere where it's like all for one sport, all for one team. Like everyone's saying we're one of the best teams at the World Cup so far. Like Vancouver's been one of the best host cities. There's been so much, so many fans. Even Turkey had a lot of fans too. But going through that march, going through all that was just once in a lifetime. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop from here. I've got a couple more games to go as well. We're in a bit of a chill moment of our holiday at the moment, where we have a couple of days in Calgary, going to Banff tomorrow for a tour. And then after this week, we'll go back to Vancouver and catch another game. and then after that go to Toronto and catch another game there as well. So at the moment we're just kind of having a look at the rest of Canada and what it's like in World Cup time for them, because not a host city, Calgary. Obviously they hosted Olympics in the past, Winter Olympics too, so they have a bit of sporting background, but at the moment this is definitely more suburban, a lot quieter, and it's a lot different not being in a host city, but hopefully Toronto will be just as good. But hopefully everything's going all right there, and you all enjoyed that win in the weekend as well. So talk soon. See you next week.
Wonder what he must have said to Nesta to help him score that goal, seeing him for lunch before the game. Must have said something important. No, very good to hear from Alessio, and chatting to him regularly. He seems to be having a very great time, and as he said, the Sunday, I'm sure will live long in his memory and long in ours, which is basically my pick in general. The game itself, I don't really know what else to say other than wasn't expected. I think when we saw the lineup in particular before kickoff, we were more surprised more than anything with a few of the starters. But I guess Mark, I'll go to you. It was Nesta, I think, one man of the match, but it was Patrick Beach's game. Really, it was his launching point.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of people question the starting lineups. Apologies, my dog's barking, but a lot of people questioned it. I did as well. I mean, how do you justify dropping your captain, a goalkeeper that's been in the form of his life this season in the Spanish top flight, and dropping him? But again, apologies. Again, dropping him. Let me just deal with that dog. Dropping him and bringing Patrick Beach in was probably, look, I mean, you can't question it. I mean, Patrick Beach was outstanding. 8 saves, most saves in a World Cup match since Matt Ryan, to make 6, but I can't remember who it was against. 8 saves in the match was just phenomenal. And that save that led to, I think it was actually the save that led to the goal where he got fingertips onto the post.
Yeah.
That was just a phenomenal save. So you can't question it. But for me, he was brilliant. Yes, Aaron Kunda got obviously man of the match, but for me, I would have gone with Patrick Beach, to be honest. But that's why I don't coach. I'm not nowhere near that level. So because I wouldn't have a clue. But he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tills, I guess, sort of going on to the goals is sort of your pick and what you brought to us.
Yeah, I was just saying how it's the first World Cup they've had the ref view, like the ref POV, which is really cool. You see on the broadcast, obviously the goal, and you have the highlights and different angles, but then you've got live from the refs. I don't know if it's on the head or chest or wherever. It's just super cool. Gives you goosebumps because it just makes you kind of that feeling of, one scoring a goal, let alone for your country, in your first World Cup. So, I think that's a cool little element they've brought in.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very good to see. We won't dwell too long in the match because I'm sure plenty of people have read and watched the highlights enough, but probably definitely worth a mention with a South Australian scoring and 3 playing in the match as well, in Tete Yengi and Moturi and Nesta both starting. Very, very cool and very, very surreal to see someone in Nesta who we've basically seen grow up in front of our own eyes. We've commentated him basically since he was starting in the MPL, and now he's scoring at a World Cup. So quite insane, but great to see. David, to you.
Is my pick the Archibald? I can't remember what my pick is. It is.
That is your pick.
Just a quick comment on Tilly's observation about that camera that is strapped to the side of the head of the referee. Is it does give the impression on occasion the referee is wheeling away to celebrate with the goal scorer. I don't know if you've noticed that. Ball goes into the net and the referee follows the scorer, and it just looks like he's about to pile on, and then he peels away at the last minute. So that's my observation about the head camera. So look, I went down to the Archibald on Sunday morning for Scotland's game. It was like a processing plant there because the Brazil and Morocco fans were on their way out, the Scotland fans, and one Haitian was on his way in. And as we left, all the Australian fans came in. So it was like a processing plant. But look, a great morning. 10:30 it started. I had my first beer at 10:31. And on a personal level, the whole family went. Both my kids came along and the wife as well. And look at that. There was a piper in the main bar. and big sing-along. I mean, I don't know how many were there, but it was very, very busy, full of kilts and sporrans and lots of singing and chanting, and it gave me a little bit of a buzz, I suppose, because I have taken my daughter to Scotland Games before in Glasgow, but they were very young, they probably don't remember it, so being amongst that and the cheering and the singing was fantastic. So that was my Sunday morning, and then obviously a bit late for church, but I went to the afternoon service. So the Arkaba back there at 7:30 this Sunday for the second game and the start of the decline, I think. The 1-0 win against the 1-0 win against Haiti, not good enough in my books. We just didn't. I don't think we had a shot in the second half on target anyway. Take the win, but I think it might be the old story where we go out in goal difference or something as a result of maybe that game. So not good enough, Scotland, but I loved every moment of it. It was nice to see them back in the World Cup. God, I'm miserable, aren't I?
It's got to be better.
It's got to be better.
Gee, what if you lost? Crikey.
We'll happily take the 2-0 win against Turkey and on to the US, the little country known as the US on Saturday morning. Certainly one to look forward to and also be terrified of at the same time in prospect that match. Next up on the show, it's that door again, and I think Mark's the one that has to get it.
So shall I get the daughter this evening?
Yep, don't let the dog out.
Give me a minute. No, the dog's already gone.
Don't let the dog in, said me.
Yes,
Had much to say about the starting lineup.
It wasn't a fan.
No, I didn't like the starting lineup. Speaking of starting lineups, though, this player joins us locally from me, plays for a faraway team in Modbury Vista. We are joined by, I believe, club captain as well, Ness Reed.
Yay!
Ness! Queen.
No, thank you for coming on, Ness. Very much appreciate it, especially after your rescheduled game last night, which I'm sure we'll get onto that in a bit. But I guess I'll start off with the questionnaire for all of our guests. Take us through your footballing journey up until now, basically.
Thanks for having me. Firstly, Tilly, thanks for getting me on.
It's been begging for weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I really wanted to. Yeah. Anyway, senior career started. Oh, we've been through this, Tilly. Seniors, I started in 2008. Hey?
Sorry, just tell him to watch Kick Like a Girl. Quick plug there. Sorry, Seb.
Yeah, big plug there. Kick Like a Girl podcast. Get on it. But no, 2008 seniors. And that was at Panthers, South Adelaide, so much closer to home. And then, working through Sassy for a couple of years, Sturt Marion, Premier League, Adelaide United in there for a season, was at Metro for 11 years, and now I'm at Vista for the past 5, I think. It's my 5th year here this year. So, long time in the game.
Yeah. We'll go on to last night's match. Of course, it wasn't meant to be originally played at a decent enough time of a Saturday afternoon. But the weather decided against it and moved it to Monday, in which the weather wasn't that much better. If anything, it was worse.
Was way worse. It was way worse last night.
I suppose the main thing is how close to kickoff did you find out on Saturday that the game was off? And then how did you find the game as a whole last night?
I was pulling in the car park as I received a text message, which was good, being in Jets Cross. But no, that's okay. These things happen. And it was quickly rescheduled, which was a good thing because we've got another game on Saturday. So, played it last night in horrendous weather. Ended up with a 20-kilo weight vest, which I definitely do not need. But NTC, we all know they're a good ball-playing team. They're quick, they run, they're kids, they're young, make me feel twice my age, even though I'm twice their age. Sorry, that's my son trying to get in.
Various intruders tonight from all angles.
What are you doing?
He's made it. He's in.
This is Ollie,
Ollie.
star of the show. You say hi.
He's starstruck. That's the issue.
That's it. Is that actually Seb O'Neill?
First time anybody's ever said that, I think.
Well, I don't know about that. You were a topic of conversation on Saturday night, Seb. So
So sorry.
No, it's fine. Yes, with the rest of the game.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty competitive throughout. Their first goal, I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it, so don't, quote, hold me to this statement. But a few people have said it may have been offside. But we'll go back and check that one. But then the second goal was just a lapse on a corner defensively from us. So, yeah, they ran out 2-0 winners, unfortunately for us. But, yeah, they're a good side.
Yeah, I got to commentate the game last night. I did think I said something about maybe a possibility of offside in the first goal. And even now, I can't tell you who scored their second goal. So,
yeah, there's a bit of a mess in there for sure.
It's fair enough. As you said, you're from down south. You're down south, and you've been at Vista for a while now. And I guess for us as Modbury Vista as a top flight club, a relatively new club to us, I guess sort of what pulls you there to start with, and I guess what can you tell us about Modbury Vista for those reasons as to why it keeps you there that we might not know about?
I think what got me there originally was they just had been promoted to the Premier League. So the attraction of being able to help them stay up was a big pull for me, and the club culture, the way the men and the women kind of integrated with each other, I found pretty rare at the time. So that was a massive pull. I knew a few of the girls, spoke to the big names at the club, which was really cool. Hendo back then was there. But yeah, it was a really good vibe. Like as soon as I went out there, loved it. First season obviously didn't go to plan. I got injured in my second training, which put me out for the whole year. But then, yeah, it's been a fight to get back up to the Premier League since then. But I feel like we deserve to be there. And we're competitive, I think, against most teams. I think there's a couple of teams that we, Westies, that someone here plays for. They're quite a strong side. I think they run away from most teams, so I'm not ashamed about that at all, and I'm also not ashamed to admit that. But yes, it's obviously always going to be difficult for us, but it's been a ride for sure. So we're giving it our best crack and see how it ends up.
No, absolutely. And I guess sort of to add to that, at least from what I've noticed, I think I was a part of a media day of football, say maybe a year or so ago now. I do remember both your women's and men's sides, they came together on the media day, and obviously that had been a long day previous where all the other clubs had come by separately. But it was really nice and I guess refreshing to see sort of one club culture and sort of both sides interacting with each other, having photos together across the two teams. It was really good to see. And I think, yeah, it's definitely shown that, especially with the way that your side have gone in the past year or so. Modbury Vista, although the men's side missing out on promotion last year, still doing quite well in general as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that, yeah, it starts from the top at most things, but the players, credit to all the players, they carry it out and, catch up socially and organise things like that in the background as well, which go a long way for the club as a whole.
Yeah, really good to hear. Before I move on to the others, I do have one viewer question, which I think is a bit of a return serve from a few weeks ago. Who's your favourite player and why is it Quigs? I think you can guess who that is from.
Oh, she's the best. Yeah, Quigs. No, but she's been massive, I think, throughout my career anyway. Yeah, we were lucky enough to play a few seasons together back in Sassy and United days. Would have loved the opportunity to play together a lot more, but yeah, she's an inspiration even still now. So for her to go overseas and give it a red hot crack over there, and she's doing really well. So that's massively inspiring to me, for sure. But another name I have to mention is actually, I've thought about it lately, but Donna Cocaine. She's like, I've played football with her for over half my life. So I think that's been a big favourite pastime of mine now, sadly, because she's moved on from the game. But yeah, you get so much out of football, and I think really good mates is a massive part of it. And yeah, having played over half my life with someone like that who was in the United program, been in America, and yeah, whatever else, she was massive. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Quigs did say a couple of weeks when she was on the show that she would come back and play with you at least one time before she finishes, so you can hold her to that.
Oh, I absolutely will. Don't you worry. I've already messaged her about it.
I think there'll be a lineup for that, really, to be honest, because I think Tills will probably be on the list to want to play at least one more time with her as well.
Yeah. Oh, she's such a talent, and I think above everything else, she's such a nice person and very humble, and always has been. So. Yeah, she's a good egg.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Tilly, I'll go on to you for new questions since the last time you caught up on your show.
I will start with, how was it playing State League and then eventually getting promoted? Was there a part of you that was like settling into the State League life? Did you end up training more now that you're in Prems? How was that sort of transition?
Yeah, I guess last year too, I was injured for a big portion of it, but I think State League, it actually doesn't get enough credit that it deserves. As a league, I think it is pretty good quality for the most part. It's more difficult than what you'd think when you're going down to the league below. But yeah, I mean, in terms of coming back up and transitioning back up into Premier League, you obviously move into knowing that I'm aging and needing to put more effort into things like recovery and extra trainings in the gym and things like that. So it does bump it up a bit for me now, even looking into like the nutrition side of things. So I try not to embarrass myself every week, pretending like I can still keep up somewhat. So, but yeah, we take it week by week at the moment. But it seems to be going okay at the moment, which is good.
Also, we had a date planned at Mount Barker, but you didn't show up. I was
Yeah.
for you. What happened?
I was scared, mate.
Just ran into State.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I conveniently went to Melbourne to visit my in-laws, so missed out on that lovely date we had planned, unfortunately. But it was a close game, that one.
Some might suggest the entire team didn't turn up, Tilly.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we had a bit of a day out, but hey. Okay.
Look, worst scoreline, like, you know, when you get a scoreline and you think, gee, that was an absolute belting. We were we were dominant, but I feel like, what was it, 7-1, 8-1?
8-1.
Yeah, I feel like it was a bit, yeah, it wasn't actually that bad, I thought. For those that don't know, we played Sassy together, and I've known you for about 15 years. So we got some brilliant memories. Cannot believe it was 15 years ago, though, when it got folded. They pulled the funding and it broke all our little teenage hearts.
No, I'm still angry about it, believe me.
Yeah. So it's a whole new episode. But one thing that I would love for you to share, if you want to, no pressure, the potato story, please.
Potato story?
Yeah, from the state trip.
Oh, state trip. Oh,
which I wasn't on, but you told this on the podcast back in 2022. When it was episode 5, and
that was
I still think about it.
Throwing the apple core, wasn't
it?
Yeah. On the balcony, yeah. Big TJ, Tracy Jenkins. Tracy Jenkins fell victim one state trip to an apple core thrown from myself on a balcony of one of our cabins. In turn, we were having potatoes that night for dinner, and they brought kilos worth of brushed potatoes. And so I ended up being the one to wash each and every crushed potato for the whole squad for tea that night. So, yeah. Look, some things are worth it.
Good old-fashioned discipline, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good memories.
How old were you, Ness?
Oh, I reckon I would have been. Nah.
Oh, stay.
Yeah, 15 maybe. Maybe, yeah. No, it was a good lesson. I haven't thrown an apple core since, so.
Can't stand the sight of potatoes either.
Yeah.
No, not the brushed ones.
Not the brushed ones. Pre-washed ones. Yeah.
I think that's it from me.
Oh, perfect. Mark, you?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you'd spent a number of years at Metro Stars, and you're part of you scored the only goal for Metro in the game against Salisbury Inter back in 2021. What was it like at Metro Stars, obviously back then, because they weren't obviously affiliated with the men's? That's only just happened, but they might have been originally when you were there. But what was that like at Metro? And then what sort of happened with, like, do you find that it's affected the women's game that they've joined the men's team, like the men's side of the club now, and become one? Is that, do you think, causing them to not get the results on the park, or is it something else? Or but yeah, that more so, what was your time like that? Spending 11 years at one club is a significant amount of career. So
yeah. No, I don't have a bad word to say about Metro. 11 years there. Again, such a good group. The core of that group was aging by the time I left, so there was quite a big transition from us older core girls to a much younger core group, which now you can see that they're a pretty young side, really. In terms of, when I was there, I was never affiliated with the men. It was always women only. That transition was kind of happening on my way out. And it needed to happen for many reasons, more so in the background. But it's hard to say how it's affecting their current results. I don't know, because I don't know behind the scenes, the ins and outs of any issues arising. But it can affect the women's side. It's still a conversation that's, I guess, worth having, that many people are having still, in terms of, I don't know, don't quote me again, I don't know for a fact, but in terms of like pitch availability and, change room availability, I don't know how they sort all that out. I guess with their new digs, they might have it mapped out pretty well now, but it's still the age-old issue at times. But in terms of on-field results, yeah, it's hard for me to comment, I guess, on that side of things.
And you just mentioned there about the combination between the men's and the women's, and it could be pitch availability and things like that. And you were saying, obviously, Vista, there's a really good understanding there. How does it work for you guys at Vista? Does the women's team have their own? Obviously they've got their own space, but is it then a shared change room when you're not there? Do you have access to the pitch when you need it? How does it work for you guys at Vista? How is that shared?
Well, we train 3 nights a week, so Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I believe Thursdays are the same night as the men. And then we have a meal upstairs on a Thursday night, which is really good for the club and the morale and whatnot. But change rooms, when we're there, we have our own change room. But then, every other night might be junior teams that come through and other teams that are there that then have access to that same change room. So it's not specifically ours as such, but when we're there, it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's good. And just going back to this season, obviously, as well, you were saying it's been tough so far, but looking at it, you're actually in a good position in the fact that obviously the aim is to stay up, and to be honest, you're in a really good position to stay up, and you're even in a good position not to have to partake in that playoff game at the end of the season on current form. You're only 3 points behind Adelaide Uni, who are just above you in 7th. So it seemed this year, yes, it's a little bit tougher, but it seems to be working in your favour at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think pre-season we were flying. I was really excited for the upcoming season, but in the first few games we didn't play, I think, to our full potential. But again, it's little one percenters, and I think last time we were up in the Premier League, it was like that as well. It was super competitive every game, but it's the one percenters, whether you switch off for a split second and the other team's more clinical. Because even last night, for example, we created so many chances, so many cuts back to the top of the box, and just no one was there. Whereas, another team will go up and score 3 out of 4 chances. So, it's that thing of getting used to the pace of it all and taking our chances when they come, because they may not come so often as what we were used to in the State League. But like you say, we're super competitive. And as I mentioned before, Westies, I like to say next time we come up against them, it'll be a bit more competitive. But they're definitely a high quality team kind of running away with it. But everyone else I kind of feel a lot more close to and competitive against, which is really good. Like we're not scared to play anyone in the league, put it that way. I think we're in good stead.
And you shouldn't be scared to play any team. We found this, as you said, West Adelaide are streaks ahead, but the rest of them, any team can win on any of their days. It's not like I said, you remove Westies from the equation, but because they haven't lost yet. But every other team, they've lost games, they're beatable. So it's again, it comes down to that whole any team in this league, any team can beat anyone on their day. So I think you guys are, in a great position for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's exciting. It's exciting. I think Modbury Vista as a club deserve to be up in the Premier League. We're good enough to be there and we're good enough to stay there. So, yeah, we're in a good position at the moment, but we hope to improve on that and, see where we end up at the end of the year.
My last thing is, I'm just going to say this is, I think this is the only year you probably don't want to be in that playoff position because of the way the two teams in the WSL are turning out to be playing this year in Adelaide City and Sturt, both really sort of doing really well. And both teams have obviously been in that WNPL and we both want to be back there. So I think like I said, keep going the way you're going and you're going to avoid that playoff game, which I don't think anyone wants to play in this year.
No, exactly right. I think, like you say, either team that you come up against, it's going to be a dogfight. So they've both got quality players. City, we all know, I don't know, Tilly, looking at their side, 99% of those girls. So, it'll be a surprise if they don't come back up, to me anyway. But, you're definitely right. I don't want to be in that playoff. I've had too many of them anyway.
It's a fair shout. Seb, that's all from me.
Perfect. David, on to you.
So normally Alessio might ask the question, the player you most admire and the players that you've played against or players that have impressed you. We've kind of already covered that. So I just wondered, across your team, are there players in your team that you feel are the difference between, or have been the difference between, winning games and drawing games? Are there individuals in amongst that lot and that you feel have made a difference this year?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I don't know. We've kind of got spread quality. And it goes even into the girls who haven't been able to make the 11 for whatever reason. I think our depth is pretty good. And it's really the attitude of the team that we feel like we belong there. So I don't really put it down to any individual as such. It's more of like a group effort. Obviously, we've had internationals come in and they're contributing for sure. Even local signings contributing. Abby Lucas pulled off stupid saves last night to keep us in it. But I think, as I said, it's much more of a collective, in my opinion. It's getting that feel that we are where we belong and we want to prove to everyone that we don't deserve to go back down and we're going to stay in the Premier League for, years to come. So, I think it's more of a collective for me rather than any individual.
That's a very diplomatic answer. Well done, Ness.
Thank you.
I commend you on that. I haven't really commented on that many WNPL games this year. Last year I sort of did 50-50. This year I haven't done quite as many, but I wanted you to cast your mind back to round 7 when you beat Adelaide Uni 4-2. That was the game that meant you had your first WNPL win. Mina Nishitani scored in the 90th minute and Caitlin Williams in the 92nd minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was an absolute buzz for you. So I won't just say how did it feel, but how can I rephrase how did it feel? What was the sensation like around the club at that point in time, immediately after, the days after it, if you like? Because I would imagine that would have been a big thing for you as a group and the club in general.
Yeah, definitely. It was massive for us. I almost pretended like it was a cup final and I was celebrating like I just won the FA Cup. But it was that kind of vibe. Because we know we deserve it. We deserve to be up there and getting these positive results. So to actually get that as the pressure was building on us, not getting the results we were expecting of ourselves, it was massive. So the relief during the week, like the vibes were high. Yeah, it was a really good feeling to get the win on the board for sure.
Cool. Well, I agree with Mark. I think you guys, I've only seen you a couple of times this year. I think I've only covered the one game. In fact, it was the game you scored in. You know, there's much to be hopeful about there. I don't think, I'll probably curse you if I say anything here, but I think you'll be okay. I don't think you'll go down. I don't think you'll be in that bottom 2. So all the best for the rest of it. That's all from me, Seb, unless it's time for...
David Grant for his production.
Quick fire!
Oh, he's muted himself, so we can't even hear him right after. Oh,
no, you're muted.
Oh, you're back.
I wasn't muted.
Okay.
Anyway, smooth. That lead in was as smooth as crunchy peanut butter was my line there. Well done. Okay. So Ness, I'm not sure if you've watched this nonsense before, but we closed the guest segment off with a section or a series of quick-fire questions. Seb gives me 1 minute to ask you a bunch of questions. You've got to try and answer as many of them as you can. I'm hoping you don't do very well at this because I've only got 9, and normally people can get to 10 or 11. So take your time over a few. There's no problem with that. All right. So you've got 1 minute for a series of random questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay, Seb, hit that button.
3, 2, 1.
Ness Reed, who will win the World Cup?
England.
What is Abby Touche's occupation as listed on her FSA player form?
Ooh. Chef.
Well done, yes. In 2026, you've played 16 league games, scored 1 goal. How many yellow cards have you had?
2.
3. Your 1 league goal was a header at the back post versus West Torrens McCullough after Lena Fogelsang left you completely unmarked. In what minute of the match?
Oh, God. No idea. 55.
Oh, 55, right on the nose. Well done. Which teammate is most likely to still be on the dance floor at 5 a.m?
Ella Smith.
Where will Vista finish on the ladder?
Sorry, where will we?
Yeah, what placing will you finish on the ladder?
5th.
And what superstitions or pre-match football rituals do you have?
I actually, as recent times, I have a fruit pouch before the game, and it's one of my sons every time because I forget to get them for myself.
Is that actually?
So there you go.
That's not maybe a superstition. That I suppose that's.
No, but I have to have it. I have to have it. If I don't have it, I'm going to play horribly.
I actually just, Seb, can I have one more question with the guest?
Sure, I'll allow it.
I brought your player fact form out. I don't know if you remember filling these out at the very start of the year, and you've got down that your favourite footballing achievement or memory is playing for your dad's hometown, Kendal, in the UK whilst you're on holiday. So, was he a decent enough footballer? What was the story there? Is that where he's from, or what's the background to that?
Yeah, no, he was born there, so he moved over here when he was 8. But we've been lucky enough to go back a couple of times and see family and things over there, and he showed me his hometown and where he kind of grew up as a kid, which was really nice. And, we organised to have a few games while I was there for Kendall. So yeah, it was really special. Really special.
Cool. What and Kendall's playing? Are they playing in a regionalised league? Is that like a local league?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. No, I just saw that there in the forum and thought I'd close off with
Yeah.
that. That's me done, Seb.
No, very sentimental. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ness, so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and again, especially after now 2 busy nights having to play football and then spending time with us. Unfortunately for you, it's very, very much appreciated.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you again. Good luck for Saturday. I'm covering the game, so make sure there's goals in it. For your case, preferably for your side.
Yeah, Seb doesn't want another 0-0 draw.
Too many already this year. Too many. But yes, thank you again. And good luck for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, legend. See ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Fun chat there, as we'll go on to the results from the past weekend, starting in the State League 2. For round 11, Elizabeth Downs with a 4-2 win over Angle Vale. Port Adelaide and Salisbury Inter playing out a 1-1 draw. Pontian Eagles 1-1 with Modbury Vista, and Elizabeth Grove 3-2 winners over Barossa United. Gawler Eagles and Northern Demons postponed due to the weather. It won't be the first time we hear that throughout the course of these games as we go through them. In the south, Adelaide Uni with a 5-0 win over Mount Barker United. Western Strikers 7-3 over Plimpton Bulldogs. Plenty of goals there. Seaford 2-1 over Vipers. Norlunga 3-0 over Hills Hawks. And Garn United 1-0 over Adelaide Titans. Mark, what do you want to talk about in the State League 2 this week?
Well, would you like me just to go rip through all the leagues and those two and go from there?
Okay.
Right, Mount Barker, Adelaide Uni. Unfortunately for Mount Barker, it ends in a 5-0 loss. I think the loss of Alessio paid a bigger impact than what they'd anticipated. I'm going to back our man there. But Adelaide Uni finding some form, getting back into winning ways. Western Strikers 7-3 over Plimpton after going 3-0 down to Plimpton. Turned it around and ended up winning 7-3. And a funny stat I think I posted to you boys earlier in this week was that if games were finished at half time, certain teams would be a lot higher in the league. It just showed that some teams, and Plimpton were one of them, that start really well, but they tend to finish and struggle quite a lot in that second half. They've lost, I think they were the team with the most losses in that second half, where they could have actually held on to a result, they'd be a lot higher in the table. Norlunga getting a 3-0 win over Adelaide Hills. At Norlunga, I could have stopped past to watch that game, but it was cold, wet and windy, and I thought, you know what, I'd rather not spend my afternoon at the dog pound. Seaford getting a massive win over Vipers 2-1, which was almost the top of the table clash, which has done wonders for Seaford Rangers. Garn getting a 1-0 win over Titans. Titans, after their early season form, have hit a bit of a slump now with only 1 win in 5. They've dropped down to 7th. Seaford sitting on top by 2 points over Vipers. So massive result there in the end. Garn Norlunga rounded out the top 4 as they're the finals positions. Adelaide Uni up into 5th. Mount Barker still bottom of the table. Plimpton in 9th even after that loss, and they're 4 points clear of Mount Barker as well. So it's a little bit of a worrying sign for Mount Barker that a team like Plimpton, who have only just come into the league, are doing a lot better than what they are, to be honest. Elizabeth Grove 2-0, as you said, 3-2 over Barossa. Port Adelaide getting a good result there with a draw, because they've been on a bit of a slippery slope, bit of an inconsistent form there at Port Adelaide. They've got 3 draws out their last 5, but not as many wins. I think they've only won 3 games this season, so they've got to start to turn things around. Angle Vale, a loss there, but that's 4 in their last 5. The form sides, Pontian Eagles, they're honestly they're sort of our West Adelaide of the State League 2 for compared to the women's. They haven't lost a game yet this season. They have drawn 2 games, but they haven't lost this year. So they're in some great form, and they're coming up against Pirates this week. They've also scored 36 goals for. The only team to outscore them is Modbury Vista in 3rd with their draw on the weekend, but they're also in great form. They're equaling Pontians in their last 5 with 4 wins and a draw. They probably got off to not their best start, Modbury Vista. Then a change of coaches, and they brought Jason Trimboli back, has changed their season around, to be honest. Then Elizabeth Downs in that final 4th spot of finals. And then you go into your Northern Demons, who little bit inconsistent at the moment, more draws than wins that they'd want. But Gawler Eagles, I think, at the bottom, again, are struggling a little bit this year in terms of the fact that they've only got Barossa below them. They've got Elizabeth Grove and Anglevale, Elizabeth Downs, who are all new clubs sitting above them in the table. And that is pretty much State League 2 covered.
Brilliant work, Mark, as always, getting us through this show every week. We'll go on to the WSL for round 13. Elizabeth Grove having a 1-1 draw with Adelaide Jaguars. Adelaide City 7-1 over South Adelaide Cove 2-0 against Modbury Jets, and Sturt Lions 3-0 over Western Strikers. David or Tills, whichever one wants to have a word on the WSL.
David.
Wow. Okay, so I'd prep for Men's State League 2, and I'm okay with this. Okay, so business as usual at the top. Sturt Lions with a 3-0 win over Western Strikers. They have a 3-point advantage over Adelaide City, who have played one game less, mind you. Their last game was back in round 13, so they had a postponed game at the weekend. I think it was Jaguars they were supposed to play. That one called off for the weather. If City can win that game in hand, then their goal difference should be enough to put them back on top. But Sturt Lions keeping the pressure on, I suppose, with their 3-0 win over Western Strikers. Jaguars, again, didn't have a game. They were playing Adelaide City. Their last game was the 1-1 draw with Elizabeth Grove, so they still sit third, but there is now a significant enough gap between them and Adelaide City and Sturt to suggest that first and second in Adelaide City and Sturt is fast becoming a two-horse race. Cove, 2-0 win over Modbury Jets. Goal scorers in there, Stoutacker and Detmer. Both goals coming just around the half-time mark for Cove. And then the three teams at the bottom, South Adelaide. Oh, no, they didn't play because... Did South Adelaide play?
Yeah, they got beat by Adelaide City 7-1.
Yeah. So Western Strikers actually have got 2 games in hand. They've only played 11. They must have had 2 postponed games then.
Yes.
Is that weather?
They had one against Adelaide City, was a few weeks back.
Yep.
And I'm not sure about the
so
other one.
So in actual fact, there was only 3 games played at the weekend and I've covered them. I think, in the State League.
I think so.
Yeah, there's only 3 games played.
Well prepared as always.
Yes, that's it.
Have
you got anything to add to that, Nicole?
I don't have the second screen that you guys will. I can see you looking at the things. Well, I do, but it's just not.
Yeah, we haven't memorised every single result.
I memorise all of it. I'm what looks like I'm looking at a second screen is not actually a second screen.
It's just doing it.
So,
he just stares at the wall to concentrate.
It's actually, as Seb would know, it's actually my whiteboard. I write everything out on my whiteboard, Seb.
Yes, the whiteboard. I look forward to the return of the whiteboard tomorrow.
I don't know if I'll bring it tomorrow night.
Oh, you got to bring it out tomorrow night.
I'll bring it just for you.
Thank you. I will ask you, Tills, while you are here with us on the show, your tip: who goes up from WSL, Adelaide City or Sturt?
Or both. Why not both?
But who goes up automatically then? Who finishes first?
Do you know what? We have played both this year. And I found Sturt to be the better side. They did score 3 goals against us at Kilburn, which I don't think anyone's done that this year in our league. So purely based on that, maybe Sturt. But City do have the experience and probably the quality, I'd say, that would potentially come up anyway. But yeah, I don't think Sturt can be underestimated. They've been up there before. Played in a cup final a couple of years ago, and we'll see.
Very well in that cup final.
Heard it here first. Breaking news.
Cup final so good that you took one of their players.
Yeah, that's why I first noticed Nina. I was like, "Who's that 27? She's unbelievable. She needs to play for us."
So then Nicole, then Till's learnt the language, got her across, and I tell you, and it's just been plain sailing from there.
Yeah, been in love ever since.
Konnichiwa.
On the State League 1 for round 14, Eastern United 2-1 winners over Adelaide Olympic. Adelaide Cobras in that cup rematch 2 days later, Cumberland winning 2-0, a double for them over Cobras. Adelaide Croatia Raiders 3-2 winners over South Adelaide. Adelaide Blue Eagles 3-0 winners over Salisbury United. Fulham United 4-1 over Adelaide Atletico. And Cove versus Modbury Jets was postponed due to the weather. David, this league keeping as tight as it possibly could be still.
Yeah, a hat-trick for Luke Fusco for Fulham against Adelaide Atletico. I guess Adelaide Atletico had surprised us a little bit in terms of them being anywhere near the top, but they were top of the table until this game. Fulham now go back on top after that win. On goal difference, though, Fulham have +9, Adelaide Atletico have +7, so there's not much in it at the top. There's also only 1 point between first and fourth, so Croatia Raiders are third currently, and Olympic fourth. Raiders had a 3-2 win over South Adelaide, and Adelaide Olympic slipping up against Eastern United. They'll be disappointed with that. With that win, they could have gone top. I mean, it is very tight up there, isn't it? Fulham and Atletico you're showing. Yeah, so Fusco with a hat-trick in that one. I mustn't let myself get distracted by that. Couple of games postponed. Modbury Jets still have got 2 games in hand on their opponents. They're sitting 5th on 23 points, so they're well within reach of top spot, which is the position they occupied not that long ago. But they have 2 games in hand. They've only played 12. Teams above have all played 13. Cove and Blue Eagles, that game postponed. Imagine it'll be rescheduled. I think it was to be played down at the Cove. And that game will be rescheduled. But an important game for both of those two. They're 6th and 7th when it comes round. Cumberland, as you said, played Adelaide Cobras in a rematch of the first semi-final of the Federation Cup, played only like 3 days earlier or something like that. And Cumberland doing the double over their opponents, this time 2-0. So they won 3-2 in the Cup on Wednesday night, and then played down there at Weigel Oval, or Paint Panel and Pro Oval, or whatever it's called these days. And a 2-0 win for Cumberland there. But big win for Eastern United. That's 2 in the trot for them, beating Adelaide Olympic 2-1. They were coming off the back of a 1-0 win against Cove the week before. So big morale-boosting win for them. They sit on 14 points in 10th spot. They're 3 points clear of South Adelaide, and they're 4 points clear of bottom-placed Salisbury Inter, both of whom who lost. Maybe there's a little bit of a buffer there they can build on. South Adelaide will be a bit disappointed. They only lost 3-2 to Croatia Raiders. And Salisbury United sitting bottom still with 3 wins. But Eastern, if they can string another couple of wins together, they can move away from that bottom section. Cobras are just 1 point ahead of them now. And that is your State League 1 roundup done and dusted.
Brilliant job, David. Brilliant job.
Thanks.
WMPL up next for round 11. West Adelaide 3-1 winners over Adelaide Comets. Salisbury Inter 7-1 over Metro Stars. Adelaide University 4-0 over Flinders. Campbelltown with a big 2-0 win over West Torrens Burkalla. And of course that rescheduled game last night, Football SA winning 2-0 over Modbury Vista. Well, I guess we'll go to the one person in this podcast who played in a competitive football match this weekend. Tilly, how did you find the match against Adelaide Comets, a side who have probably been, at least from memory, my stats, they've probably been your closest team over the past few years, them alongside with Salisbury Inter in terms of results, but you got the better of them at their home as well.
Yeah, it's always different for us playing on grass, for one, especially when it's been a bit slushy and a bit wet. But yeah, the grass in itself wasn't too bad. But yeah, just again, something we're not quite used to. Scoring in 36 seconds was not really on my bingo card, but I will absolutely take it. We're always striving to start strong in both halves, and you know, we always know it's a big game against Comets. We've had some close results. Last time we were at Ellis Park, it was a 3-3 draw that we only equalised right at the end. Gemma McFarlane there came off her head or something, not sure.
Yeah,
I think that's her first goal.
It out.
Yeah, eventually figured out who it was. But yeah, last time it was a 3-3 draw, and yeah, it's just been great to get that win and that game out of the way, to be honest. And that was quite a nice goal by Comets as well, if I don't say so myself. Can't really do too much more about that. But yeah, like I said, big fixture to get out of the way with the first 3. I mean, we have Comets, Inter and Campbelltown all in the 3, and that's arguably probably, some of the toughest games just based on history and, past meetings that, we're hoping to get on top of them. We've, beaten everyone so far, so we just needed Do it again.
Mute myself for a second. Yeah, absolutely. And I guess just sort of to add, we noticed that late on in the game, the forward line that was brought on, very, very young forward line. I think it was Emma Ryan, Piper Cosgrove, and Bella Nelligan, who I think are all either 19 or younger. And you saw Piper Cosgrove has been basically coming off the bench and scoring a goal every week now. I guess how's that for you? You know, having you've always had the depth in your squad. But seeing them contribute so much must be even extra help.
Yeah, they're all 18. Yeah, Emma Ryan would start for any other team, no hands down. Just purely from her pace, and having her come on is like the ultimate super sub. As well as Bella, she's plays well beyond her years, how she holds the ball up and how strong she is, and also her left foot is so clinical. See her at training, and she's definitely going to be one to watch. Yeah, Piper as well, obviously, has come back from New South Wales. Yeah, she's talking about her 19th birthday coming up the other day, and I was just like, am I in the right room? I thought she was like 23 or something. She's like, yeah, I'm nearly 19. And I was like, okay. But yeah, again, another one, left-footed. She's super clinical. She can score from pretty much everywhere, which we've seen for NTC as well. But yeah, it's just our depth is ridiculous. Sometimes feels a little bit rude bringing girls on like Abby Burns or putting Ellie Sparrow on the bench, or super, super lucky and work really hard to keep that squad together. And the good thing is there's no one sulking on the bench. You'd never hear anybody complaining. Everyone's putting in the hard yards at training. And, you know, if there's example, Ellie Sparrow's been smashing it. She's played in pretty much every single game, and Abby Burns has come in. But yeah, again, she comes on and she's the most physical probably in that midfield, and she just puts all on the line. So yeah, super lucky. I mean, makes my job super easy to be captain, and yeah, look after these girls and, you know, bring up the younger ones who are 18 and very, very young.
Question for you. Do you feel there's a little bit more pressure on you with these younger players performing so well off the bench? Do you find that you go, crap, I've got to start lifting my game again to get to that next level, to keep them out the side? Because obviously they're coming through, they're young, and the idea is that they're going to push you. So are you finding that the whole team is lifting now because of that? Hence why you guys are undefeated again so far. But do you find that gives you guys that little bit, the older players like yourself and Nina and that little bit more go, I can't let this little 19-year-old take my spot, do I? And you know what I mean? Like, is it giving you guys that more motivation to really go and take another step?
Yeah, I think, we've got a nice mix of the younger girls, obviously, trying to break into the team, as well as the more experienced ones, myself and Macri, being the wingers. But yeah, it definitely, keeps us on our toes, and we need to make sure we're, you know, performing, and that there's girls that are absolutely good enough to start if we need to. And we're also, you know, open with that as well for whatever reason, and can depend on the opponent. If someone gets our turn, or we're just open to the fact, and we'll just keep working hard.
That's good.
Just while we're on the subject of ages, I've heard too many rumors for my liking that people think I'm over the age of 30. That is not true. I am 20. I'm closer to 20 than I am 21. I'm a very young man. If I need a shave to prove that to people, I will happily do that. Just getting it out there.
Thanks. Go fade. Haircut, Sebby. Your hair can't even fit under the headphones.
I can give you a good haircut. I know a good barber.
Get the clippers out.
Yeah, exactly. I can solve that problem.
Can we do that on live?
I do know a couple of barbers that would do your hair actually, but
for charity, maybe I'll go bald. We'll see.
I wouldn't recommend it. I went bald for charity. It never grew back.
I reckon it would grow back within a week or so.
Try to do a good deed and look what you get.
I know, exactly.
For life.
Exactly.
There's enough there for a jumper, I'd say, if you can harvest it.
Anyway, we digress. On to the rest of the results. Mark, we mentioned it earlier. Salisbury into defeating Metro Stars 7-1. They've got a new coach. They haven't gotten that new coach bounce.
I was going to say, didn't get the new coach bounce.
Yeah, they're in a very precarious position for a club of their stature and sort of the year they were supposed to have, or we thought they were supposed to have under this new alignment with the men's side of the club.
Yeah, I think we expected a lot from them in this new, we'll call it sort of regime that they've joined back into the one club atmosphere. But yeah, it certainly hasn't worked out for them this year. That's for sure. I mean, they're sitting in 9th. They are sitting in that playoff spot, which is, to be honest, the dreaded playoff spot. No one wants to be in that position. I mean, in saying that, Flinders would probably rather be in that position than the one they're in. But yeah, look, not a good day out for them. Cote Rojas, I mean, I think she scored the first 4 out of the 7. Just her class, her quality was enough in this game to deny that back line of Metro Stars. Michaela Haddad getting one back just before half time, just in the end, obviously one consolation goal, but she's certainly trying to lead by example in what is a struggling side, unfortunately for Metro. And I think, yeah, I mean, even we said at the start of the year that we expected a lot from them, that they'd be able to pull on those resources from the men's side, which obviously has grown in stature even more so over the last few years, with them winning the league, not able to finalise that championship, but taking out the league and playing on that national level. So they've just got to keep working. They've got to their aim, obviously, just at this stage is just to stay up so that they can then try and hopefully build on that and then get themselves back to where they think they need to be moving forward. So big back end of the season for Metro, let's put it that way. Campbelltown Bacal, I'll jump across to that game. A bit of a surprise result, I think. We all picked Bacala to win that one, but Campbelltown getting the chockies, as they say, with a 2-0 win. Bacala had come into the game sitting in second. They've now dropped to third. They'd won 3. They'd won at this stage. They're now 2 out of the last 2 losses out of the last 5. But a little bit of a surprise result. But in saying that, you sort of look at it and go, is it a surprise result considering the way Campbelltown finished their season last year? They've almost copied last year's results, struggled throughout the first part of the season. Now they've gone and beat the team that was in second. Is this now Campbelltown's chance? They're going to start to push on from here. I mean, they've won 3 in their last 5, but that's in between a draw and a loss. So it'll be an interesting one. I know Mitch won't be happy with the result, to be honest, but he can certainly take the positives that, again, they're still sitting third in the table, and I don't think anyone probably expect them to be that high at the start of the year. And you could probably ask Tilly and say, Tills, where did you think they'll be this time of the season? I don't think anyone will be saying, I think they'll be sitting, putting pressure on top of the table. So, yeah, another, I said, a great result for Campbelltown. Hopefully that will kick on their season. And I can let David finish up and yourself, Seb, finish on the last 2 games. I think it was Adelaide Uni and against Flinders, and football against Modbury Vista, which we've already covered anyway.
Yeah, well, if David, you want to quickly touch on the Flinders and Uni result. Of course, Uni have been in a bit of poor form at the moment, but I guess sort of a game against Flinders probably, I'm trying to say this kindly, felt the right time for them in terms of a winnable match.
Yeah, it did. The 3 points takes them up to 7th. This is Adelaide Uni I'm talking about, and puts a little gap between themselves and Vista, and increases the gap between themselves and Metro Stars and Flinders at the bottom. Flinders, one of few teams in our Federation comp this year to still win a game. I think the other 2 might be Barossa United and Bark United from memory, but so it's an important win for Uni, and it keeps them sort of almost within touching distance of that top 5. You know, they're on 12 points now. Football SA sit in 17 and Campbelltown in 14. I was just going to echo what Mark said before. At Campbelltown, they've done this the last couple of years. Start really badly, lose all your first 8 games, and then start getting your rhythm going, and they're on the march now. So that win has come at the right time for Uni, I would say. I can't recall what the other game.
The other game was the Vista and Football SA game, but we sort of spoke about that before anyway.
Yep,
so
cool. Well,
round pretty much covered there.
I was just going to add as well, just very quickly. Interesting that the two teams at the bottom of the WNPL are the two teams that have parted ways with their coaches from the start of the year. It hasn't improved anything for them, which suggests to an outside onlooker like myself that maybe the problems are deeper than just the coach. Just a little remark.
We'll go on to the men's MPL for round 14. Campbelltown City against Burkalla again. Before the women's one, but the men's fixture 2-1 winners Burkalla at Campbelltown. Adelaide Comets and West Adelaide 3-2 winners Adelaide Comets. Croydon 4-1 winners over Playford City. Parra Hills Knights losing 5-1 to FK Beograd. Metro Stars 1-0 over Sturt Lions. And Adelaide United and Adelaide City playing out a fairly entertaining 0-0 draw, might I say. I've become quite fond of not seeing a goal over these past few weeks. So
he's got to take whatever positives he can.
I had a fun night. I enjoyed being there.
Do you want to start with that one, Seb?
Yeah, there's not really any highlights to play. There was a red card. It was a second yellow to Fazo Kasumovic. And then they brought on Declan Cooper in Dambuki on the 50th minute whenever he got sent off. And he was so good. He made our team of the week. Genuinely made such an impact. He was only his third senior match in the MPL. He's a under-17s Australian international. But so impressive in a third senior match. And Adelaide United, I was on the game with Ben Dale, and we sort of spoke about how you expect, say the same thing happened with Adelaide City and they had a player sent off. You would expect a side like that, a very experienced, a very senior side, to be able to handle that, be very mature, not make any silly mistakes, and keep it to no goals. It was sort of the opposite of that. It was Adelaide United's, these young players staying compact, staying strong, not letting anything through. Dom Costanzo probably the most likely for Adelaide City getting any chances. But even then, City were shut out. They were rushing chances. Overall, it was again almost similar to the Socceroos game the day after. It was a very good, solid defensive display in a situation which I'm sure they didn't want to see themselves in. Fazo Kasumovic, another one of those very experienced players in the youth side. A crucial a part of that side as well, him getting sent off. So it was big, as Mark's trying to play me off like it's the Oscars. But no, it was all in all, it was an entertaining game, and very impressed by a young but a very strong Adelaide United side. And then on Friday night, I was a part of the double header at what's it called? I forgot what it's called. LJ Hookham Island Sports Park.
Oh.
The really long name. It was a good
left
match.
after our game. Sorry.
Phil Spadavecchia, an amazing game. A goal and assist for him. Aladdin Irabona leading from the front as well. West Adelaide only with a real late fight back. They scored that very late goal courtesy of Eduardo Castaneda. Dylan Page, I didn't even realize he came on, so I do apologize to him for not saying his name as he scored, because I wasn't sure what number he was. I didn't even know he came on, and that was his first senior goal. He's a new-ish signing for Adelaide Comets. This assist from Spadavecchia as well. It's so well timed. It's so well weighted. The technique to put it through for Gildas Gombakazwa was perfect. And the rise that Comets are on at the moment, of course, under a new coach, has been so impressive and good to see, because it is a club that, you know, have been challenging towards that top of the table. Had a difficult last year, you can say as well, a much more difficult start to this year. But it is good to see, especially at this place, at Ellis Park. We'll use the shorter name for now on for time saving. It's such a beautiful place. It's a great backdrop. It's a great environment, plenty of people there to watch. And of course, it was a double header with both the women's and the men's side. So a lot of people stuck around for both. So a good night. West Adelaide away from home, unable to get a win. But Comets just continuing a very good start to the season. Where do we want to go? Oh, Mark, we'll go to you because you made a noise.
Oh, did I? Apologies. I was just going to say on that Comets result is that same players. They lost Chandler He's returned home to Canada. So big hole to fill, and I mean that in every sense of the word because the dude's a giant.
A 6'6" hole.
So yeah, a giant in every sense, in the fact that it's a big hole to fill. But since Isaac Cisse has taken over, effectively the same. The core of the team has stayed. Yeah. There's not much of a change. So he's obviously certainly got a tune out of the players that they had, and it's really started to show. I mean, they're now only 3 points behind Sturt, who are 11th and Sturt in 10th. So massive result there for them in the end. I'll quickly cover. I did watch a little bit of the Metro Stars Sturt game. I can't remember who was on that game commentary-wise. It certainly wasn't you,
Simon.
But it was, Simon. Yes, Simon, that's right. Cittadini scoring in the 53rd minute. But it was for me, it was just two teams playing out a game that never really hit the heights I thought that it could have. Sturt missing a number of players. They're missing Gonzalo Rodriguez through injury. Monroe and Sortini are both in Canada at the moment funny enough, with Alessio enjoying their time at the World Cup. So they're missing players. Diamantis is still coming back from injury as well. So they've also lost Barnett through injury as well, Sturt. So they've lost a number of players. So I think they're gonna really find it tough over the next couple of weeks to get results, just purely because they've lost a number of players. So it's going to be tough for them. What other game did Simon call? I think he was on the Croydon Playford game, actually.
Yes.
Because I was supposed to be on that one, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. But Playford took the early lead through Mullen through a penalty. This is the penalty here. It leads into it. I believe it was a handball.
7th penalty of the season. I think they've been awarded the most penalties out of any team in the NPL.
And I don't think
Isaac Mullen's taking all of them.
Yep. And hey, mate, with his record, you wouldn't want anyone else to take him, to be honest. So he got the ball rolling for them. And then they seem to have lost their way a little bit, Playford of late. Klimek scoring the equaliser in the 28th minute. Great little finish from Klimek. And then Yuya Kato and Oscar Slattery scoring the other goals for Croydon. But Playford now just haven't won in 5. They've lost 2, drawn 3. Form seems to have just left them a little bit. Croydon now a win, loss, win, loss, win in their last 5. So they're a little bit, again, as I said, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde side. 1 week they could be brilliant, the next week they might not be so good. And it shows in the way their form is sort of panning out. But they're up against what will be very interesting. They're up, and we'll talk about this later, they're up against Croydon up against West Adelaide, who a loss, win, loss, win. Loss. So they're the opposite in form. They've won 2, but they're doing the opposite. So again, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde side. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're not so good. So it'll be a very interesting game there. And that, like I said, leaves Playford now sitting in 4th, and Croydon now into 6th position, along with Adelaide United on 20 points.
Adelaide. That's where we're from. I don't know why I said that. David, onto
it's my middle name. That's what the A stands for. David Adelaide Grant.
No clue why I even said that. Onto your 2 games, starting with your drama-filled Friday night.
My drama-filled second half, especially at Campbelltown, who were hosting West Torrens-Burculla. Campbelltown at the time, I think, were 7th and looking for a spot in the top 6 and hosting West Torrens-Burculla. Both sides were largely unchanged from the previous week. Harrison Conant had dropped to the bench for Campbelltown and James Boffa had come into the starting 11, but otherwise it was an unchanged Campbelltown City side from the week before. Josh Morey opened the scoring in the 30th minute. A beautiful through ball by Jaden Labasso, who for me was one of the men of the match. Is that what you call it? Or person of the match in this day and age? Is that what you call it? Person of the match?
Player.
The POM?
Player of the match, yeah.
Player of the match.
I think I like person of the match, POM. Jaden Labasso had a fine night. I thought he was one of their best out there. And Campbelltown City were looking good for the win until George Blackwood popped up in the 87th minute to equalise from close range. Chris Christophilos had come in. He'd started the game last week and then came in to the starting 11 this week. Came on as a very late substitute and scored that fine free kick that we saw there at the very end of play. I must offer apologies to the public because I've come under some severe criticism on social media for not sounding excited enough when I called that last goal. But to be honest, there was a lot going on. Daniel Mullen had just been red carded. There was quite a lot of interaction between the two benches. I was glancing at notes. And honestly, when Christopoulos scored that free kick, and it was one of those highlights of the season, I just wasn't prepared. And when the ball went in, I was actually quite stunned. It was just an incredible end. I was speechless, if you like. So the public, I think, were disappointed. They seemed to be because they were mocking me.
I think he also put the crossed him. Sorry, I think he was one that took the corner as well that led to Blackwood's goal.
To Blackwood's goal, yeah. I mean, excuse me, Christopoulos had a superb game. He only came on, I think, in the 66th minute. So he came on, he only had 25 minutes to make a change or to make a difference. And a coaching headache for Stav Galekis, I think, next week after that. Well, maybe not a headache, maybe it's straightforward. He's in the starting 11 and you build everyone else around him. So that was my first game. And then on Saturday afternoon, I went down to the Paddocks to Para Hills Knights to watch or to commentate on Para Hills Knights versus FK Beograd. Lorenzo Baselli opened the scoring in the 7th minute with a penalty. He put that one away. It was his first of 2 for the day. Massimo Falco scored at the back post to beat FK Beograd 2-0 up. I'm jumping around a little bit here. And I think that was it at half-time. It was 2-0 at half-time. Second half, Marco Guerrera scored early on. There was 3 goals in the space of about 4 minutes of the second half. Marco Guerrera scored in the 49th minute to make it, or to pull one back for Para Hills Knights. And then Damien Conte, unfortunately, scored an own goal for FK Beograd. He's a Para Hills Knights player, so that put FK Beograd 4-1 up from memory. And then Jason Konstantopoulos scored at the very end, around the 80th minute, to seal the victory, make it 5-1 for FK Beograd. Big win for FK Beograd. Important for them. I mean, I think they were probably expecting, well, maybe not expecting, but they would be planning on getting 3 points in this match. Para Hills Knights yet to get a win. I did mention before that I thought the 3 other teams I mentioned hadn't had a win yet. Para Hills Knights yet to get a win. They have had 1 draw, just the 1 point for them, unfortunately. But BFK Beograd, that victory means they are 5th on the ladder, 2 points behind Playford City in 4th, and 1 point ahead of Croydon in 6th. So top 6, of course, is finals here in our fine state of South Australia. But certainly a win that FK Beograd will be happy with as they look forward to their next challenge, which is West Torrens Burculla, not just in the Cup, but in the league. That's their next league game as well as Cup game through the week.
I mean, just to, we haven't got on to the predictions yet, but how insane is it that we've had 2 weeks in a row now, both Cup qualifying finals, immediately followed by the same fixture in the league the weekend of. And it's not, and again, we mentioned it last week, it's not the first time it's happened across the men's or the women's game this season or last season.
Insane's a pretty strong word, though, isn't it? I would just say coincidence, to be honest.
Well, it'd be a coincidence if it happened only a few times, but I feel like it's happened multiple
more than
times.
That. Yeah.
More it happened in the earlier. It happened with Sturton Playford. I can't remember if I've even said this week. It happened with Sturton Playford.
It did. Yep.
Earlier. I think there was a few in the WMPL either last year or this year where there were a few repeat fixtures. Happened so often, and I don't know how and I don't know why.
Just going to say, in terms of Burculla's late winner on the weekend was talking about those if games had finished at half time. Burculla would be sitting, technically, if that was the case, they'd be sitting in 3rd. It just shows how many goals they've managed to score late in games to win games or pull a result. And Metro would actually be top of the table. So funny enough, the top 3 would be as they are, but Burculla would be in 3rd. Metro and Adelaide City would be 1st and 2nd. So just shows you that Burculla are very, very good at scoring late goals.
Absolutely something to look forward to.
Or every single opponent they play is very bad at conceding late goals.
I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, David.
Finally, we'll go back to last Wednesday night, the first Australia Cup qualifying final. Cumberland 3-2 over Adelaide Cobras, an all-state League One game. Cumberland United with the win, the second ever state league side after Modbury Jets to make it through the national round. David, you watched the game. I was there. A great game it was. It was thoroughly entertaining. Both sides basically just trading blows until Cobras had nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I think this was the first final game that I've ever called. So I was very excited. It was a big night for me, never mind Cumberland or Cobras. But yeah, look, a thoroughly entertaining game. Great advert for our local game. Scoring opened in the 21st minute by Hugo Remington, a striker that we've talked about several times in this show. I think he came from uni last year. Was it uni he was at last year, the year before? Look, he had a great game. He was up front with a guy that looked exactly like him in Hudson Wellington. The two of them just looked exactly the same. Same hairstyle, same boots, same build, everything. So a little bit hard to distinguish between the two. But Remington got 2 goals on that night, one in the 21st minute and one in the 59th minute. Nicholas Harpus did pull one back for Cobras in the 29th minute, so it was 1-1 at half-time. And then Cobras, through Augustus Williams, put through in goal, put the ball away beautifully to give Cobras a 2-1 lead. But as I mentioned before, Remington scored his second in the 59th minute. That made it 2-2. And then Diamond Min scored one of those free kicks that we'll be talking about for a long time. A little bit, I think I said in commentary, it was a little bit like the Harry Crawford one at start, and it was a long way out. Nobody really expected a shot on goal, probably. They were all expecting a cross to come in. And he's hit the ball along the deck perfectly, and he's beaten Dawson Bojanic, the goalkeeper, to his right-hand post for one of those extraordinary free kicks that I've now seen twice. Maybe they're not that extraordinary after all. Maybe they're quite ordinary. But a fine goal to win it.
Insane, David.
Yeah, it was an insane free kick. An insane ending to the first semi-final, and an insane time that I had in the commentary booth. I really enjoyed it. But look, just to finish on a semi-serious note, I think Cumberland deserved the win. I think Cobras would probably agree. They were beaten by the marginally better side, and Cobras into the round of 32. A second-tier side here locally to be in the not only the South Australian Federation Cup final, but the Australia Cup. I'll say the Han Australia Cup round of 32.
Yes, absolutely. And we saw that draw will be conducted this coming Monday as well. So we'll find out who they're facing within just under a week's time as well. All right, we'll go on to our predictions. But as we don't have Alessio here, I thought we have our tipping comp as well, David, which you set up. Do you want to go through sort of the top on the ladder, or would you like me to do that?
I haven't got it. Well, I've got it in front of me actually. I know why you want me to go through this, because you're sitting at the top of the ladder.
I was going to say, he's top of the table, isn't he?
Wow. Haven't checked this for a couple of days. So we've organised the One World Cup game at a time tipping competition for the World Cup. And congratulations, maybe premature at this point in time, to Lucas Congo, who sits top of our tipping comp. He's got 9 points. Seb O'Neill, he wants me to talk about this, so he sits second. And then we've got Mohammed Zaman in third on 8 points. And it's quite close at this point in time, I suppose. Delap Dance, Pee-wee's mum, JT Drogba, Desmond Kai, North London is red. I think that might be Mark.
That is me.
Big Rab. Stamarox, they're all in 7 points. Moodster, Troy, NFFC, Daniel Pauly is 13th.
This is fun just seeing you read the names.
Yeah, no, some great names.
You do this every week?
Who's bottom?
Yep.
Who's the strongest out of all of them?
One of our camera operators, Chris Riekman, he's sitting there in 15th. Down to the bottom, Chef Brad, he's only got 1 point so far. He might have joined a wee bit late, I'm not sure. Ewan Monaghan, he's a guy at my work. He's not doing too well either. He's 23rd out of 25. Where am I? That's what I was trying to find.
You're 16th.
Where's Alessio?
You're just behind
I'm 16th.
Chris.
Oh, it's because it doesn't say David, it says me.
That's an odd name to have on there.
Where's David? Oh, it's me. Yeah. And who's Alessio then? What's his name?
He didn't do his tips, did he?
Did he not? He was in there.
Didn't. Oh, well, he's not in the top 1 or 2. So Lucas Congo leads, Seb O'Neill second, Mohammed Zaman third, and bottom, Chef Brad. We'll keep you posted.
I would actually consider us to be equal first, because we're on the same amount of points, David, just to be exact.
But doesn't it come down to margins? Hasn't he got a margin of 0 and you've got margins of 6?
I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
So that means, for one game where you had to pick the margin in one game, which was the Mexico game.
It's like goal difference, Seb, so you're not top.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you do now.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right, I know that now. Sorry, I'm just second. I can't comprehend it.
What did you pick for the Mexico game then, just out of curiosity? You didn't pick a margin, did you?
No, I didn't. Or I might have pressed 6 or something, I guess, if it says 6 next to it.
Yeah, it looks like you picked a 6-0 win in that game.
Or a 6-goal difference.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, which is a 6-0 win probably, or a 7-1
It could be a
win for
7-1 or an 8-2. Or a 4 versus 4 -2, you never know.
So keep your eye on that when the second round. Keep your eye on that when the second round comes round. That might cost you. You're going to have to make up 6 goals there somewhere, Seb.
Yep.
Right. All right, on to our predictions for this week. State League 2 North. First one, Elizabeth Downs versus Modbury Vista. I've gone for a 3-1 and Alessio for Modbury Vista, and Alessio's gone for a 4-2 for Modbury Vista.
Oh, God. What did you say? 3-1, did you say, Seb?
I said 3-1, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll go 2-1 Modbury Vista.
I'll go 3-1 Modbury Vista.
Tills?
3-2 Modbury Vista.
State League 2 South, Garn United versus Seaford Rangers. I've gone for a 2-0 Seaford, and Alessio has gone for a 4-3 Seaford.
Is this at Garn or is it at Seaford, Seb?
It's
Sorry.
at Garn.
I got 2-2 draw then.
Yeah, I'll go 1-1 draw.
1-0 Garn.
Okay. WSL, Modbury Jets versus Elizabeth Grove. I've gone through a 3-2 Jets, and Alessio has gone for a 2-2 draw.
I'll go for Grove 2-1.
I will go Elizabeth Grove 2-0.
Damn it. Wow. 2-1.
Well, you can follow. Great minds think alike. It's fine.
No.
Hey,
I want
Tilly,
to glory for myself when I win.
Can you do Alessio's forum this week and just...
He's already put his in.
Sort of, oh, is he?
Yeah, tip all the wrong ones.
Better. If you go away, I get to do your predictions.
Yeah, that'd be good.
1-4.
Yeah, ruin his form. That'd be great.
20-0.
You could have done the Mount Barker and Titans one for him. State League 1, Adelaide Atletico versus Adelaide Croatia Raiders. I've gone for a 2-0 Atletico, and so has Alessio.
Where's this at? Is it at Adelaide Atletico?
Correct.
Oh. I'm going to go 3-1 Adelaide Croatia Raiders.
I'm going to park my ass on the fence and go 2-2 draw.
2-1 Atletico.
WNPL, Adelaide University versus Metro Stars. I've gone for 4-1 Uni, and Alessio's gone for 1-0 Uni.
I'll go 2-0 Uni.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Uni winning this one 3-2.
4-2 Uni.
Men's NPL, Adelaide United versus Adelaide Comets. I've gone for a 2-2 draw, and Alessio's gone for a 3-1 Adelaide United win.
Comets 2-0.
I'm going to... What did you just say? Comets 2-0?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do.
Ah.
I'm going to go Comets 2-1.
I'm going to go Comets. I'm going to go draw 2-2.
And finally, tomorrow night, the Australia Cup qualifying final number 2.
You can't tip in your own game, Seb.
I was hoping you'd forget about this one.
I always have. FK Beograd versus West Torrens Berkala. Alessio has gone for a 3-2 win in normal time for West Torrens Berkala. I have gone for a 2-2 draw after extra time, and FK Beograd to win on penalties.
So your impartial lead commentator tomorrow night is backing FK Beograd.
Of course I'm impartial. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not backing them. It's just my prediction.
So you wouldn't be disappointed if they lost then?
No, I don't care who wins. It's my job.
Oh, I don't want to pick this one either.
No, I really don't want to pick this one.
Because
I'll never hear the end.
Last year,
I'll never
you
hear the
were
end of it.
so happy to pick all these matches, and all of a sudden, oh no, we can't. Pick
Mate,
these
I'll
ones.
never hear the end of it. Whoever I pick, because I cover both FK and Bocala quite often, so neither of them are going to let me in the club.
Tilly, you go first, just to at least start them off.
Go Burks 2-0.
In 90?
Yep. Done and dusted. They'll score 2 goals in the 99th minute. Give the commentator something to get excited about, David.
Seb's going to have a 0-0 at 90, a 0-0 at 120, and then it's going to be settled on penalties. The lottery of penalties, and FK Beograd are winning penalties 5-4. Can't get closer than that, can you?
Not at all.
Yuck.
Mark?
I'm going to go...
We're currently 2 for Beograd and 1 for Bocala, by the way.
Yeah, no, I really don't want a late night, though. That's the only problem. Like, I so really wanted to finish in 90 so I don't get home at midnight. I'm going to go a 1-1 at the end of 90.
Yep.
2-2 at the end of extra time.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Bocala on penalties.
See, and just with that, the podcast then becomes impartial because we've gone 2 and 2, and that's how it works. Me and Mark have also gone for each one of them.
I'm not commentating on it, so I'm happy to tip on it.
No, very much looking forward to that one. That is our show just about done for another week. Where are we all? Of course, Tilly, you're playing, so this question doesn't apply to you as much.
Well, no, it does, because where is she? Where are you playing this weekend?
Yes, okay, where are you?
Thanks, Mark.
Not at Mount Barker.
Seb. We are at Kilburn at 8:30 against Salisbury Inter, so a top v second clash. So very much looking forward to that
You're
one.
where?
Kilburn.
Oh, okay. I always thought that was a length of time, not a place. So
Why don't you actually come and watch, Mark? 'Cause you
I
haven't
did.
watched any of my
I was there.
games.
I was there only the other week with one David
My game.
Grant. Oh, your game. Okay. Well, what time's your game kicking off?
8:30. It's very, very good time at the end of the big
In the
week.
morning.
Perfect. What?
8:30 in the morning. That's way too early.
Yeah, would I prefer that and not have to work? Maybe.
Oh, is it Friday night?
Oh my gosh.
Is it Friday night?
Yeah.
Is it on Friday?
Friday night, 8:30.
Mark and I will be
I
there.
can no longer tell if you're joking.
I've got to coach my under 11s. I won't get there in time. I've got to coach my under 11s.
The 11-year-olds will be in bed.
Mate, you don't know my under 11s. They rocked up to the game half tired because most of them went to bed at 11 o'clock on Saturday night.
Give him a Westies shirt and tell him to sit down and be quiet.
Where are you, David?
And eat a chicken roll. Sorry.
Hey, they are good rolls, to be fair.
Thank you. They are.
Sorry, David.
No, you're right. I think I'm at West Torrens Bacala and FK Beograd, but not the Wednesday night game, the game at the weekend.
But actually, you are in a Wednesday night game, aren't you?
No.
Okay. You're not? Okay, I thought you were, but you're not.
I was asked, but I can't make it.
Okay. So the one game for you. Mark, what about you?
I am at the Bocala FK Beograd game tomorrow night. And then that's it.
Nice, easy one.
I don't have any games this weekend. I was going to be on the Sturt game, but I can't do the Sturt game on the Saturday, unfortunately.
I am tomorrow night in the Cup game with you, Mark. And then on Saturday, I'm at Adelaide United and Adelaide Comets. And then I'm at Modbury Vista and Adelaide Comets in the WMPL at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. So another busy week for me after a big 4 game, now 5 if you're including tomorrow night week of football. So very much looking forward to that one. Cool. We all pretty much done then. We all happy?
Yep. Good.
Just get out to the games this weekend. Tomorrow night, get to Service FM. Otherwise, it will be broadcast, obviously. But if you can get out to games this weekend, back your local teams. Get out and support them. If you can't, you can tune in. And if you want to be involved with the show, reach out to us and let us know.
Absolutely. And also, Tilly, thank you for joining us these past few weeks. Been very, very much appreciated to have you on. Always good fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we didn't waste too much of your time either.
You're welcome. When's that? What's his name again? When's he coming back?
Alice.
Alice?
Who the fuck is Alice?
Thank you for joining us.
It's been awesome, Tills. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you, guys.
We'll be back next week on a Wednesday, as we normally are. Alessio won't be back, but I think he'll be back the week after. So I think it'll be the three of us with a guest next week, next Wednesday, back to regular scheduling. But until then, enjoy the rest of the week, the weekend, enjoy the football. And of course, go the Socceroos against the USA on Saturday morning. Can't wait for that one. And of course, Scotland against Brazil.
I think it is Brazil next, yep. 7:30 on Sunday morning at the Archibald. Pipes and haggis pizza.
2 big wins coming up then, I'm sure.
It's all over. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the football.
And we look like we're heading to extra time, but there's still 5 minutes to play here, Mark. And by all means, there could be more chances. Still in the box, and it's another goal! And it's Andre Cole, the hero for Croydon! We thought it was over, but it's not over, and Croydon look like they're going to go all the way to the win.
We can't say that now. Here goes Yuka Sasaki into the area. Penagaris, Chrissy Penagaris. Adelaide Comets have taken the lead.
Falcon there, but it leaves Owen Windsor. And a third for Metro Stars.
Here's Emma Ryan. She's not one of them because she's from Darwin. The shot from DeCola. Lily DeCola scores in the cup final again and wins it for West Adelaide.
As the ball cuts back here to Odenwalder. And James Odenwalder scores. He makes it 2-0 for West Adelaide on the day.
I bet he was going to be Travella if he puts one in. He goes himself instead. And it's still Soy Sakani. It's unbelievable, David, as well. And that one is definitely going to be credited to him.
Will have to be chased down by Rapuano. He'll put in a cross of his own. Hobbs wasn't able to capture it. It's in! It's not the one that seals out the promotion.
I got the skills to make the girls sing, and the geezers too. Yeah, we're doing this thing.